month of fasting. The issue of high prices of food commodities has now become an issue of great concern to many people. The question people are asking is, why does it have to happen in the month of Ramadan that traders increase their prices instead of reducing? Aissatou Badiansar, GRTS.
Well, you can follow GRTS news reports as well as GRTS programs live on our website at www.grts.gm. There you can also monitor GRTS radio live. We'll go for our first break. We'll be back with news from beyond our borders.
This Ramadan, AfriCell brings you many services to make your Ramadan a very special one. With the AfriCell Prayer Time service, now you can subscribe by typing SUB and send it by SMS to 7120 to receive an SMS reminder 5 minutes before each prayer time for $1 per day only. Also this Ramadan, you can receive different kinds of prayers on your AfriCell line with the Prayer of the Day service by simply sending a blank SMS to 7122 and receive 2 text messages containing a translated and a transliterated version of the prayer for $1 only. All this and more. With your AfriCell line, you can now listen to the Holy Quran recitation by simply calling 2153, follow the voice prompt, and dial the number of the surah you want to listen to followed by the hash key for 50 bututs per minute only. And live in your Ramadan this year with the Prayer of the Day, the Prayer Times Reminder, and the Quran recitation service from AfriCell. May all your prayers be answered.
You're watching the news on GRTS, and over now to news outside the Gambia. UK Prime Minister David Cameron has warned he will hand the police sweeping powers to adequately deal with the spiraling street riots in many cities and towns. Fresh rioting broke out in Birmingham, Manchester and Liverpool, with many shops and properties seriously destroyed. We have details in this report.
The streets of London are still electric, though a bit calmer than on previous days. Some 16,000 police are now on the streets there, against 6,000 previously. More than 1,000 people have reportedly been rounded up and may face charges of rioting and destroying public and private property. Local residents are now going up against the looters themselves after local stores have been destroyed and burned to the ground.
The police are unable to control the streets. These are patriots who have come out to defend their area.
After criticizing police for not being there, many Londoners have organized. Yes, this is London calling. On social networks to clean up the streets. Many are fed up with authorities.
This government is not listening to the children. If you throw into their faces that they should be driving beautiful cars, have beautiful houses, go on holidays, wear the nicest clothes and everything, but you give them no means of being able to get to it, what are they supposed to do?
People are furious that the government and police have not been able to control the looting and violence. Prime Minister Cameron now says everything goes to restore law and order.
Whatever resources the police need, they will get. Whatever tactics the police feel they need to employ, they will have legal backing to do so. When we see the disgusting sight of an injured young man with people pretending to help him while they are robbing him, it is clear there are things that are badly wrong in our society.
Looters were rampaging in towns elsewhere in Britain as well. In Birmingham, 3 people were killed, apparently run over by a car while protecting their mosque on Ramadan. Groups of youths in hooded tops fought running battles with police in Manchester, smashing windows and looting shops, setting fire to a clothing store. In Liverpool, there was also wrecking and looting.
Syria's seemingly unending violent protests continue, despite growing calls by world leaders for President Bashar al-Assad to end his crackdown on protesters. The Turkish foreign minister, who is also on a visit to Damascus, met with the Syrian leader to convey Turkey's concerns over the use of violent force to end the crisis. In Libya, authorities in Tripoli have blamed the death of 85 civilians on a NATO air raid. The coalition has denied responsibility for the killings. For more on these and other stories, we turn to this report.
Syrian President Bashar Assad is resisting pressure from world leaders to end a violent 5-month-long crackdown on anti-regime protests. Turkey's foreign minister visited Damascus Tuesday to urge President Assad to end the bloodshed that has killed more than 2,000 people. President Assad says he will continue to battle against what he calls terrorist groups. Over 30 people were killed in Syria Tuesday. According to the Libyan government, NATO airstrikes hit this village of Slitan, killing 85 people. Foreign journalists were taken to the village and the hospital to see the victims. According to NATO officials, the airstrikes aimed at military targets. NATO is leading an international military alliance that has a United Nations mandate to protect civilians against Libyan leader Gaddafi's crackdown. In Chile, tens of thousands of teachers, students, parents and labor activists took part in protests in the capital Santiago and other cities around the country. Demonstrators are demanding the conservative government make reforms to provide better education. The protesters want the state to take over the public school system where 90% of the country's 3.5 million students are educated. At present, protesters say the current system results in deeper inequalities and is underfunded. Trading on stock markets around the world remains unpredictable. After signs of recovery in the US Tuesday, European stock markets continue to lose ground Wednesday. While Asian markets are holding steady, after gaining 4% Tuesday, Wall Street opened Wednesday with new trading losses. The US Federal Reserve has promised to keep interest rates ultra low for 2 years to help the struggling economy.
The news continues in a moment after the short break. We'll be back.
ñoo indi xéewal yot nañ la bayil bu ma la waxee nga may tuddee nit ay nit dinaa la rey de bi dinaa la rey xaaral ma wax la waa baax gis nga ñii ma la tuddal nii fañ génnee raful pour joxe kétab lëmma két goo xam ne dafa am 3 master bedroom amat kër ga fan la nekk mu nga Diamond Estate nekk Old Yundum ah déedéet kay ñaareeli pire bi xam nga lan la déedéet oto bu ñoo wax seri jeep 4x4 bu bees tàq yaa koy daaji si mbuus ñetteeli price gi waaw gaa yi teg nañ juróomi ticket ab Angleterre yoo xam ne boo amut visa wala bëgguloo dem Angleterre ñu yot la xaalis gi ñeneenteeli price ñaari junne juróomi téeméer ab hangale ci ñaari téeméeri nit ñu gañe juróomeeli price gi junneb saakob maale ñu jox ko junneb nit ku ne benn saakob maalo génneel téeméer ab hangale rek jënd ticket gi te xam nga lu ci gën a neexam boo jëndee ticket gi waaw ba pare waaw fañam time yoo xam ne fa ñoo nekk si télé gi di def panel discussion nit ñi di woote gi nga boo wootee bañ la na allo waaw gañal ne la allo rek sala ama Diamond Properties mooy bolom doole xamul ndam.
Look at the weather report by the Central Forecast Office right after this.
Oh yes, you can drive your way there. With the Elton to Mecca Japale Kafo promo, the Hajj is possible. Stay loyal or become a member of the Elton Japale Kafo today and enjoy the double take. Because every time you fill your tank at any of our Elton stations, you get a chance to be in our monthly raffle draw. To take home lots of goodies like gallons of oil, bags of rice, bags of sugar, vehicle accessories, and much more. Plus, a chance to become the lucky winner of the Elton to Mecca Japale Kafo fully paid Hajj expenses. Remember, it's a double take. Your single loyalty for the monthly draw and the Elton to Mecca Japale Kafo final draw to be held just before the Hajj. For more information, drop by any of our Elton stations. Elton, a new vision of service.
Hello viewers, welcome to the weather forecast. We begin with the summary followed by the forecast. The day today was variably cloudy, warm and humid. Let's now take a look at the satellite image captured at 16:30 hours to know what prevailed over the rest of the continent. It shows convective clouds over Gulf of Guinea states, central and the eastern part of the continent. North and south remain dry and stable during the period. For the forecast tonight, we'll be expecting warm, humid and partly cloudy conditions to prevail over the entire country, and the day tomorrow we'll be expecting partly cloudy, warm and humid conditions to prevail, with chances of thunderstorm and rain towards the end of the forecast period. Light to moderate southwesterlies will continue to flow across the country, and for the minimum temperatures we'll be expecting 21 degrees Celsius over Banjul and Kerawan, 22 over Yundum, 24 degrees Celsius over Sibanor,